Hey guys, today we are taking a look at the the latest Bell Sport helmet, which is really an evolution of the Bell Sport 3. In my hand is a SA2000 Snell rated Bell Sport 3, and in my left, in white, is the new Bell Sport. As you can tell, they're almost identical. In weight, I think maybe the new one is a hair lighter. Could just be in my head that I spent money for this and I want it to be lighter. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at these two helmets to see really what the difference is after 15 years. I'm sure the new one is by far safer with the updated SA2015 Snell safety ratings, but beyond that, we're going to take a look at what's changed. So, at first glance, you would say, yep, about the same. The vents on the front look very similar. It's got vents on the top, check, check. It's got vents just above the visor, check and check, but they're all a little bit different. So let's take a look at that. Starting at the top, let me spin these guys around without dropping them. As you can see, the old SA2000 series Bell Sport 3 has two ridges on each of those top heat extractors, whereas the new one does not. So I'm thinking maybe these ridges were possibly interfering with heat extraction perhaps, and maybe that's why they changed. Further down, we have a difference in the heat vents above the visor. Not so much the location, but the actual design of the open and close plastic piece. So let's actually take a closer look at that. Now you'll notice on this one, one's missing because it's fallen off. On the Bell Sport 3, the old one, you have this piece that's kind of tacky glued on there, and it's a circle piece with some texture on the top of it, some ridges, some grooves, so you can feel it with the fingernail. You can feel me scratching it right there. And the problem is that it doesn't open and close smoothly. You really got to put a little bit of pressure on that. Not that that's a problem, but here's where it is a problem. Let me demonstrate. So you've got your helmet on like this, and now you're like, okay, I'm going to tilt this up a little bit just for demonstration. I'm going to turn this on. Remember, you might also be wearing driving gloves, so you can't necessarily feel this well. It's flat. If you got gloves on, this texture that you feel with your finger, your bare hand, isn't quite as prominent. So now I've got it, and it takes a little bit of effort to open and close it, just because it's got like a notch on the end where, and actually you see where I was trying to close it right there. You got to have like the right angle to close this thing. You can see that being a pain. Whereas on the new Bell Sport, you have a kind of a dome that easily, with very little effort, opens and closes. Hopefully not so easily that it'll open and close on its own, but much easier. And when I'm wearing wearing gloves on track with my helmet on, I will then be able to feel that dome rather easily. There it is. There it is. And because it's a dome, you can feel that change in texture and easily just slide it. There's really very little effort with this. Look at this. Do it with my pinky. Look, do it with my eyes closed. Oh, got it. So there's that. Next, let's move down a little bit lower. The vents on the front of the face, they look almost identical at first, but as you look from the side, you'll see that the Bell Sport is a little bit more recessed. These holes aren't quite as tall. They look to be about the same width, but they're not as tall. So I don't know if this is going to hurt ventilation on the front or not, but that is changed. And this is recessed here, still a little bit recessed there like it is on this one. The front is also recessed and more flat if not concave, on the new Sport, where it is flush with the roundness of the helmet on the old Sport 3. Next up, visors. So the visors look the same, right? Wrong. It wouldn't be that easy to just swap an old visor onto the new one. Who do they think they are? The old one has some ridges in there that apparently is not compatible with the new Sport helmet. However, you can put a new Sport helmet visor on the old Sport 3. Why would you want to do that? Anyway, I like the blue chrome visor that I had on my black helmet, so I went on ahead and picked one up for the new one, which I will be installing in another video. But overall, for the price of this helmet, which is, I think, retails about 360 bucks, I assure you, you can get this for less than $360. Probably in that 330 range, if not more. This is Bell's entry-level helmet designed for DE track days, driver education, which is DE, road racing. You probably, if you're doing endurance or anything really professional, you probably want something that's a little bit lighter. You could easily spend $1,000, $2,000 in some cases for a helmet. You don't need it if you're just getting into a DE. Pick one of these up. It is a solid deal, and it's such a deal that these things are pretty much sold out, and I was lucky as hell to get one of these. And I was going to take one in any color that I could get my hands on, even if it was orange, because I got a track day coming up this Saturday, and I can't use this guy, and I'm not trying to rent a helmet. So this is what I got. Again, I think it's a little bit lighter for the price. I really don't think you're going to be able to beat it. So I recommend it. You make your own decision. Another look at the Bell Sport 3. Slowly turning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the Bell Sport helmet, the SA2015 rated version. And now I'm putting it on my head. As for you, sign up for track day, will you? And subscribe.